You're watching SBoyTV.
Who we got on the backdrop right now, man? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? It's Payge, the West Side Gemini, here with SBoy.
Yeah, I'm glad you threw us in there. You introduced us too, so that's good.
Yes.
All right, so let's start at the beginning. What was life like growing up for you?
Okay, then we finna get right into it then.
We're going deep too.
I love it. I'm not mad. Okay, what was life like growing up? I grew up in Detroit. I grew up on the west side of Detroit, like Finkel and Schaefer area. I'm a graduate of the Detroit public school system, so like I'm a city girl through and through. I grew up in a house with all powerful women. It was my mom, my grandma, my auntie, and my sister. That was my like core household growing up.
Okay.
And so every summer was a hot girl summer before that was even a thing, you know? But, you know, we was taking family trips, but a lot of, like, good feminine energy in my household. I grew up in the hood, so I don't know. Sometimes I would say, like, my childhood was like a ghetto fairy tale because, like, we didn't have it like that, you know? Mm-hmm. We was making ends meet, but I was an outside kid. Like, it was a lot of children on my block. I'm still cool with some of the people I grew up with to this day. And I just, like, have fun with my friends every day.
Okay. You don't really hear that like that. A lot of people got, like, a whole nother look on the whole Detroit upbringing situation. So
I mean, I went through, like, hard things here and there, but I think my good memories from my childhood definitely outweigh anything negative that happened.
And it's good to have that balance so you know that life ain't always pretty. But it is some pretty parts and there's some bad parts. So
for sure, cool. Like I grew up on Finkel and Schaefer, so like I saw my fair share of things that like a young girl probably shouldn't have saw. You know, like it was fights at the park, it was a prostitute here and there down the block. You know, like and we knew what was going on, but you know we was hood kids. We like okay, that's just. You see that type of shit around here, like you don't know no different until you know type of thing.
So what's probably like the craziest thing you might have seen in your neighborhood then?
Growing up, man, see, I can't use that example because it's too degrading to women. I refuse to use that one on the hot girl summer backdrop. But I'll say another one.
Respect.
I remember it was a park at the end of my street when I was growing up. And I remember one time I came outside and it was probably like 30 niggas at the park just like beating each other up. Like
what?
It was just like a big fight. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening down there? But people was just wilding at the park. Like, and it used to make me mad as a kid because they would fix it up. Like, you know, they would paint it and we would get swings and stuff. And then people would go and fuck it up every summer. So like all the swings would be like looped around the top to where we can't get to them. And somebody that dunked too hard on the basketball rim and broke it. Like, nigga, we're not going to get a new one of these for like 6 years. Like, why are y'all doing this to the neighborhood? And so, but yeah, that's probably like the craziest thing I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of people get beat up just like in school type shit.
Yeah. Now, school, right? So, you DPS, right?
Yes.
What high school you graduate from?
I went to a school called CMA, which is a small.
Hip.
Okay. So you a real Detroiter, so you know what's going on.
I'm a hip on there. I'm hip around
People
there
be
because
like,
that's
what is
around your
CMA?
area. CMA, that's around that area too. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I think they recently just moved it to a different area, but it used to be right on like I want to say it was like right Finkel and Schaefer, like not too far off the corner, like on St. Mary's. Kinda. Yep.
See, I stayed with my auntie on Finkel and Plainview for a couple years. So
so you know
that area, I'm pretty familiar with it on that. So yeah, that's dope. Some of the kids in the neighborhood went to CMA. I ain't really hear too many things about CMA though. Just regular DPS school type.
Yeah, it was small, you know, so it wasn't like, you know, my mama and them went to Cooley, so I'm sure it wasn't like that.
You're right.
But it was a DPS school in the Detroit neighborhood.
Oh, yeah,
so
you know
we
how that
saw
go.
our things that we saw, you know.
Yes. So when did the creative element come in for you?
When did the creative element come into my life? I always have been a creative person. When I was young, I would go to church a lot. My godmom, who I met in church. So let me back it up because I know y'all probably like, what? But I started going to church with my cousins when I was probably like 12 or 13. I just used to spend a night with them on weekends and they would go to church on Sundays. So it was like, okay, if I want to go over there, I got to go to church.
Right.
But I liked the church. It was cool. It was a lot of kids. It had like young people energy. So even when I wasn't spending the night over there, I started going. And then I met this woman named Tasha. Shout out to Tasha. And she kind of like adopted me in a way. Like I had a mom. My mom took very good care of me, but she worked a lot. So on Sundays, Tasha would come and pick me up. And then it started to take me to church with her. And she was in the choir and she had all these other things going on. So it was like, okay, well, I know if I'm going with her, I'm probably going to be there a while because she going to have choir rehearsal after and this and that. But we going to eat. It's going to be cool. Like it's going to be a good day.
Right.
And from there, I just started getting more involved. Like, they had a lot of things going on for the youth. Like, they was doing plays. It was a youth choir. They was going to summer camp, all this different stuff. And I was just like a kid who didn't want to sit down. Like, anywhere I could go and it was free, I was going. And so I was like, oh, okay, y'all have things for the young people. Let me get off into that, see what that's about. And then I just started like getting off into like acting and singing and really like developing my love for the arts, I think there.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going to like a performing arts school in middle school.
Okay.
In Inkster. It's called Cherry Hill School of Performing Arts. So
I hip on that one. That's dope though.
it's a lot of Detroit kids who went to Cherry Hill because the bus stop was in the Mammoth parking lot on Grand River and Greenfield.
So it's
everybody in the neighborhood was like, it was a lot of kids from the neighborhood that went there. And if you know anything about Inkster, then you know it was not a great school, but we had a good time and the performing arts portion was really good.
Yeah.
So that kind of built on it because that was like built into the curriculum. So we would have regular classes, but I would have like drama first thing in the morning. And then I would have like dance after lunch.
Yeah.
And the school put on plays and different stuff like that. So I was like a tree in the Susical play and different things like that. And yeah, it just kind of grew from there. Then I went to college when I turned 18 and I didn't do anything creative probably the whole time that I was in college. And then I got back to it like as an adult.
Why not in college?
I'm a first generation college student, 2-time graduate from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor.
Oh yeah.
So when it was time for me to go to school, I really had to buckle down and like do that.
Yeah.
I had really good grades in high school, but I'm not gonna cap. If you went to a DPS school, then you know what time it is. We didn't have to do that much to get where we was going, okay?
Yes.
So I had really good grades in high school, but I didn't have to try. And so when I got to university, you know, I'm thinking, okay, I'm smart. I read books. Like, I'm gonna be fine. No, that was not the case. There was a very big learning gap between what I had been prepared for in the school that I graduated from and like the expectations of me at a university.
Yeah.
I was not ready for that academically. And so, but I wasn't finna fail. Failure is not in me. So I was like, okay, I gotta buckle down and do what I need to do so that I can get what I came for, which is my education.
Yeah.
And I did that for 6 years, but I left with 2 degrees, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot of leadership skills. Like when I was in college, I was really like in my social justice, like political community bag. I was at rallies and organizing events. I was a leader of this organization called the Association for Black Social Work Students. And so I was really off in my like organizing space, which has really like came full circle in my life because now as an artist, a lot of what I do is event planning and curating and making spaces where I can share my talent with other people, but also pull in other artists.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's all God's divine planning and timing because really I don't think I would be able to like sustain myself as an independent artist without that know-how of like knowing how to bring people together and put a space together.
Why is that important to you?
I feel like I got 2 answers for that. It's important to me as an artist because I feel like in 2023, to be an independent music artist, you have to be like an all-in-one. You have to know how to do everything. Ain't nobody finna do nothing for you. And if they is, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. You're going to have to sell your soul for it. So in order for me to like accomplish the things that I want to accomplish as an artist without giving away too much of myself, like I need to know how to create my own space, how to put together my own concert, how to sell my own tickets, how to promote my own stuff. That's what's going to sustain you, you know, like really learning and understanding like the business behind just keeping people a part of your like support system and following and fan base. I don't even necessarily want to say the business of music because I feel like I'm still trying to learn a lot of things about what the business of music is, but I do understand the business of making people feel supported and garnering support from people and making people feel like they want to come back to your space.
Yeah.
I got my bachelor's degree in sociology, and then I got my master's degree in social work. And then after I got out of grad school, I went and got all my little clinical designations and stuff.
Yeah.
So I ain't no broke social worker, okay? That's a lie.
Yeah.
Social workers make money. You just have to do the work to put yourself in position to get it.
Yeah.
But a big part of like all of my jobs within my professional career have been like behavioral work. Or like working with people in like a counseling type of manner. Yeah. And it looked different depending on where I was working, but like that, my education, that knowledge base have taught me a lot about like human behavior and how people move and how to read people and like what you should be looking for when you having conversations with folks, etc. And so I feel like that really informs my work, and that's how I've been able to like achieve success as a local artist. I don't even want to call myself local no more because I feel like I'm growing beyond that. I really try to be intentional about going other places and letting other people hear my music. But yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling.
No, I got you though. That was deep, and that actually go into what I was about to say. I met 3 people that know you.
Oh, really?
And they all say you are the nicest person anybody can ever meet.
Oh my God,
like,
really?
And that make a lot of sense when you say you really study a lot of these things to be able to learn people, to be able to know how to coexist with them. You know what I'm saying? So being the nicest person. Because I feel
debatable.
But how do you maintain that in a world full of chaos?
Oh man, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard for me to be like nice all the time. I don't even feel like nice is the right word because I don't think I'm nice all the time. I actually have very strong boundaries with people who make me feel unsafe and uncomfortable, but I'm kind all the time. I am kind-hearted all the time because I feel like even evil people deserve kindness. You don't know what it is. That's why you're like that. And it costs nothing for me to do that. And so I don't know. I love myself just as hard as I love other people. I make a lot of space for me in my life. I can do that. I was blessed to be able to go to school, to have financial stability. I don't have no kids, so I really try to use those privileges that I have in life to make sure that I'm good mentally, physically, and spiritually. So like if I want to go on a trip because I need to get out of the way because my mind too heavy because it's too much going on, I'm finna book a trip. If I need a massage, I'm finna go get it. If I need to go home and sleep, I'm finna go do that. If I need to get off social media for a week, that gets harder the more I got going on, but like I'm gonna do it as much as I can. And even when I'm irritated or like I'm like, oh, this is gonna hurt my money, or like I really need to be promoting, I will still do the work on myself because every time that I don't, that's when I get mean. Like it's easy being kind when you love yourself and when you take care of yourself. I think that people have a hard time doing that because they don't take the time to deal with their own issues. I have been forced in life to look at myself hard in the mirror and go, okay, if you don't stop with your bullshit, you're gonna be nowhere real fast. Like I said, I'm a first generation college student. Like my family is not dirt poor. My mom is a nurse. Like they straight, they living good. But I'm not going back home to live with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really an option for me unless it's like some last case, worst case scenario type shit.
Right.
And so I feel like I have to just keep myself tight. You know what I'm saying? And like really continuously work on myself if I want to survive. I feel like how I feel about myself is tied to like how much money I make every day, my ability to go out into the world and be successful. All that shit start with how you feel about yourself. And I don't love myself all the time, every day, every minute of the day. It's times where I really have to like, I should say I don't like myself all the time, every minute of the day, because I always love myself. But sometimes it's work to like really like myself and fuck with me every day, you know? So I just really try to be on that, and then that make it easier for me to like love other people.
You ever thought motivational speaking?
I have been told before that I would be a good motivational speaker. I'm not mad at that. You know, I'm going to save that for my, like, 40s and 50s when I really got something to say to the kids. You feel me? Like, I feel like I'm still trying to figure out, like.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I be tucking little titles away, too. Like, I'm going to say that one, talking about 50.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
50.
later in life, that's really going to serve me.
Yeah,
you know?
No, that's real. That's real. Wow. So, growing up in a household with all women, right? Pretty much, right? That's how it was. What was that actually like? Because some people, that could get a little, like, lot of energy, you know? Like, it's a lot of energy in there.
Definitely was a lot of energy.
Like, have you ever fell out with your mom? You just like, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't never fell out with my mom.
That's real.
That's my dog. My mama, that's my girl. And we not friends. My mama ain't my little friend, okay? I got mad respect for moms.
Clap that up. We don't even hear that no more. People make money and they be
my little
like,
friend, baby.
Yeah, no, that's real.
No, that's my mama.
Yeah.
She's the queen, her and my grandma. And so even if I ever did feel away, I got too much respect for them as like the matriarchs of my family and the people who raised me to ever be like, I'm not fucking with my mom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I never say that shit.
Why people don't move like that no more?
Cause people weird. I don't know. Like, I think social media got people mind fucked up. Like,
I will say though, it is some moms out here that be on some not great mom behavior. Like, very, you know what I'm saying? So I can see, but mamas is just like, it's just one of those things. I could take a dad, but a mom,
they birthed you. Like,
you can't.
It don't matter what type of person your mom is. She carried you for 10 months. She sacrificed and risked her own life to be able to bring you into the world. People try to downplay childbirth like it's not actually life-threatening, but it is. Just because women do it all the time does not mean that it's easy. You know? I think because people have babies every day. People feel like, oh, you just pop out a baby. Like, no, people die. Black women in particular die a lot having babies. So, like, I feel like you should never disrespect your mom no matter what she did. Yeah. I do feel like, you know, because before we wasn't seeing it, but, like, we got love and hip-hop. So, like, now we done seen, like, the Mama D's of the world. Like, and so I think when you see that, it make people feel like, oh, well, now I can disrespect her, or now I'm going to publicly disown my mom because she did something to embarrass me. Yeah. But even that, I feel like that's just a stigma on moms because it's like, a woman is more than a mother. You're still a woman, even though you're a mom. You're still a person who make mistakes and is living life and probably gonna fail and do some fucked up shit before you die. Just because you had a kid, that don't change. Yeah. So I feel like the world is too hard on moms. Yeah. No, that's real. Moms is hot girls too. Let them be that.
Ooh, you preaching.
Thank you.
Talk that. You feel me? All right, so let's talk about the brand.
Okay.
The brand. How did you get into it? Let's hear the name of it first, and then how you got into it.
Okay. So I should be conscious when saying that there is a brand that exists that I co-created called Free Body Entertainment. Okay. I co-created this brand with one of my best friends. Her name is Oceana. Okay. And initially we started it as like really a space to be able to uplift and support and protect women in the adult entertainment industry. So a big bulk of the women who were and are still affiliated with Free Body are exotic dancers, erotic dancers, strippers. I don't know what the politically correct term is, but I call them strippers, okay? So they're strippers. Yeah. And I should say erotic entertainers, though. That's the word that we use. Because a lot of them do dominatrix work or like burlesque shows, or they might do online content. So they not just dancing in the club, like they really building a brand around like their identity as a sex worker. And so initially we started Free Body with really a focus to help women who were in that circumstance, because sex workers don't have like workers' rights like normal people do. So they have to pay, if you're a dancer in a club, you have to pay every person in the club, the DJ, the bouncer, the porters, you have to pay tip out, and a lot of it is extortion, right? So, like, if you don't pay the security guard, he might not watch your back if you going to give a dance in the VIP, and you might get raped. Right, yeah. And so, like, strippers are exploited really bad within the club scene. And I've seen it firsthand in Detroit, but it happens everywhere. This is a nationwide problem. And so we created a space where we were facilitating bookings for dancers. We was providing private security. We was providing transportation. And we were getting the money up front when we were doing the bookings. That way we can ensure that these women get paid. Because sometimes as a dancer, you might go through all of that and you done paid all these people and you ain't even make no money that night. And it's just like that. And you still have to pay tip out. They don't care. You have to come with a little bit of money just in case you don't make nothing. Ain't that crazy? What other job do you know where you have to do that?
That's crazy.
And so we were really using the free body space to make it safer for women working in those spaces to do their thing. So it wasn't just dancers though. That was the bulk. But we also had like some girls who was house moms, girls who was bartenders, girls who was rappers like myself. A lot of the times we be in the same spaces just trying to perform. I'm the only girl on the lineup. I'm the only girl at the showcase. I got on some booty shorts and a bikini top because this is what y'all want to see. And now I'm in here without security and I'm feeling vulnerable because niggas is drinking. Like, so women rappers go through a lot of the same stuff. And so our organization was really built to like support that type of experience as an entertainer. And we was doing it. We was throwing private brunches. We were doing bookings. We was getting booked by different clubs and stuff to come out and do our thing. We did a burlesque show. And it has been a really amazing part of my journey because being around that group of women really gave me the confidence to like really do this rap thing. You know, like I'm not super young. I'm not 21, 22 years old. And it was intimidating for me to feel like, okay, well, you good at music, like, be a rapper. You know, like, the rap scene is oversaturated. Everybody want to be a rapper now. For women, like, they want you to look a particular type of way, have a particular type of sound. And the music I'm going to do today is very on the vein of hot girl, but my music is, some people call me a conscious rapper. I don't describe myself as that because I think my music encompass like the entire experience of a person, but like I got videos where I literally have on jeans and a long sleeve jacket and gym shoes the whole video. Like I'm not necessarily like a hot girl every day of the week.
Right.
And I like for people to see my range. So it's just funny because being around this group of like erotic entertainers is what gave me like the confidence and the courage to be like, well, girl, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. It doesn't matter how old you are or what you look like. And yeah, I done met some of my closest friends, some of my lifelong friends, Oceana, Peach, both of them have been extremely instrumental in my journey of like just being where I am right now and constantly encouraging me to get up every day and like believe in myself. Like Peach is here right now, just like making sure that I have water, like was hyping me up in the car on the way here, like doing the things that a friend should do. Made sure my outfit was right before I got on camera. Like, and so that's the energy all the time when I'm around the women of Free Body. And yeah, we still do it. I think the most fruitful thing that has come from the Free Body experience is the open mic, which is called Monday's Open Mic. That's my platform. Okay. It started out as a Free Body platform, and I just have kind of taken it over and made it into my platform as time have gone on, because we all bosses and doing different things. Right. And music is my lane. I'm an event host. I'm an event curator. Like, I'm really in that space. That's where I'm seeing a lot of opportunity. And so I have just kind of taken the open mic and helped it continue to flourish under my solo K-Bay brand. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now.
What would you say is the biggest thing you've learned so far on this journey, though?
The biggest thing I've learned so far on my journey as an entertainer is that I can't do it by myself. You need a team of people around you who really believe in you and is going to believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. So I was talking about my friends a little bit earlier. I'm just going to say a little bit more about them because they're so dope, just to illustrate the importance of having a team. Yeah. So I say in my song, The Table, like, found a team to get the bag. Now I got some bosses with me who got skills I never had, and bitch, we eating. Like, that's facts across the board. Like, all of my friends do different stuff. we all are skilled in our own individual ways, and we are consistently coming together to like help make each other's projects real. Like Peach manages my website. She does most of my photo shoot content. Oceana has been a huge part of like helping me define my brand and decide like, okay, well, these the 2 feet I'm gonna stand on as I'm moving out into the world. My partner, my dude, he has been a big financial investor in everything that I got going on. And he just like, he my biggest fan. He wake up every day and be listening to my shit. Like, even on days when I don't want to hear it. And so just having dope people around you who gonna support you, but also who have the skills to be able to help you. Like, you should see yourself reflected in your circle around you. And I have learned for real to like be unapologetic about that and like cut the fat where it need to be cut, because everybody not meant to go on the journey with you. Yeah. Like, God have made me a big believer in like friends for reasons and seasons. I have gone through like some different friend groups in my life, which have made me feel ways about myself, have made me like mistrusting of people at times, but I have really had to learn and reflect like, okay, well, where I'm at now, those people didn't need to be here with me. Yeah. Like, I need the people who are around me right now because they the ones who are sustaining me and encouraging me to keep going. Yeah. And so, like, get your team right. Get your team right. If you got haters around you, get them from the fuck around you, because when you get on the platform, they gonna do some weird shit. Okay. And then the people who really showing you that they there for you, like, don't sleep on your friends, man. A lot of times we want to go around like the people who right around us who talented as fuck to like go work with somebody who got a name. Yeah. But it be your own people, okay? Let them have your back. Let them do what they already know how to do, but do it for you. Like, it make all the sense in the world. So once I stopped overthinking stuff and was just like, okay, I got everything I need right here. It's still work, but it's not stressful to think about every day. Yeah. No, that's real. Sometimes it's really just as simple as like, okay, well, let me make a call so I can get it done. And that feels really good to have. I'm really grateful for that. But I don't know. It's like for a long time, I was lying to myself, like telling myself that I didn't have the resources to get it done, or like that I wasn't enough to like do what you trying to do. And it's like, girl, it's just some songs. You just making music and throwing events. Like, not to downplay what I do, but like, these are just tasks that take a little bit of planning and a little bit of support, and you can do it. Yeah. And so like everything that I do, it come from me. Every event that got my name on it, like, I put my own money into it. I put my own time into it. Like, I don't have no help right now. I believe that outside of like my immediate team of people, but like, we're doing it together. Ain't nobody rich. We trying to get there. Yeah. And so I believe that that will happen though, because we really believe in ourselves and we ain't scared to do the work. You can't be scared to do the work.
Man, you just took my whole next question. I was going to say, what advice would you give to people just from what you experienced on your journey? But you just
don't be scared. You need to be on your bone crusher shit. Never scared, okay?
Yeah. And I heard you say earlier, failure isn't in me. Where did you get that mentality from? Was it just from how you was brought up? Like, is that something that was instilled in you? Like, where did you get that type of energy from?
I think just going through college. Like, I definitely want to say growing up, my mom just a boss. Like, she really just worked every day and took care of her 2 kids on her own and did her thing. And let me acknowledge my dad. I love you, Dad. My daddy is the shit. He's a good father. He's here in my life. Our relationship haven't always been what it is now, and that's just the real tea. But I love the fuck out of my daddy and all my brothers and sisters that come from my daddy. Mm-hmm. I just don't have a lot of childhood memories with them. So when you ask me about my childhood, I'm just telling you what it was like. Yeah. But yeah, my mom just really like instilled I can do anything mentality in me early. And I always been like an adventurous and inquisitive type of kid, and she always nurtured that. Like, she never shut me down. So anytime I wanted to do something, even if we couldn't afford it, she found a way for me to do it. And so and there were times where I wasn't good at stuff, but like, I still tried it and it helped me grow. Yeah. And so I think just being able to try different things young, When you feel like it don't matter. You know, when you young, you feel like shit don't matter. But
for sure.
when you grow up, you realize that it really do. These things cultivate you. And then going through college, like, it's not for the weak-hearted, okay? It was hard academically. It was hard socially. I went to a predominantly white school. I'm very black, as you can see, and how I walk, how I talk, how I present myself. So I went through some challenges just being in that space for consistently. I was there 6 years consistently. I did not take no breaks. In the summers, I took classes or I studied abroad. There was no going home for the summer. And so I think just being in that consistently, I had to get like in soldier mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like we just got to do it.
Yeah.
And if you fuck up, just keep going. And so I don't really focus too much on when I do things wrong or when I mess up, because I just feel like I'm always getting ready to do something else, and I might have fucked up at that, but I'm going to be good at this.
Yeah, that's
just
right.
keep trying. Like, it's more things to do in life.
Yeah. No, you own it. You own it. I love the mentality. So what can we expect from you for the rest of this year?
Oh, man, I got some big things coming up this year.
Okay.
This year has been a good year for me. So I had the opportunity to film like a reality television situation last summer, and I believe that that's going to be hitting like some platforms this summer. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
It does exist out in the inners of nets right now. So if you can find it, you can find it. Go follow me at KAYBAE Music. Maybe you'll see it on my page.
Right.
But I'm hoping that that is going to hit the platforms this year. I also got a big project coming out. Man, I got things going on that I can't even talk about. I got things going on that I can't even talk about.
Don't give them too much.
But if everything go how it should go, if everything goes how I think it's going to go, and if things are working in my favor, then you can expect a lot of amazing things from me this year.
So basically, if they never followed you in any other year, this is the year to follow you.
This is the year to follow me. This is the time.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, let the people know where they can follow you at so they can stay connected with you.
Make sure you go follow me on Instagram and YouTube at KBae Music, KAYBAE Music. My website is kbaesworld.com. So kbaesworld.com. The easiest way to support me right now is to run up some views on my YouTube channel. I need that. That is what I'm asking anybody who even think they want to support me. Go ahead and do that for me, and then come to my open mic. If you ever want to support in person, I do an open mic bi-weekly on Mondays called Mondays with a Z, open mic, and you can find information about that on my website or on my Instagram page.
Yeah. KBae, we out.